I would say being a lead singer is probably of a successful band. Maybe it's actually harder to be it in a not successful band. But there's something about it that is uniquely toxic to the ego.
Yeah.
It's like gasoline.
It also is a requirement a little bit, I think, to be the front man of a band, is to have a bit of ego, or
because you think I should be the one. I should be the main one.
Yes. I mean, not even. I don't know. It's interesting. I kind of became the singer of my band by mistake.
Yeah.
But like, you can't. To be a good front man, you have to have the willingness to get up and make an idiot out of yourself again. And besides a smidgen of talent, the only requirement to be a good frontman is the willingness to get in front of other people and make an idiot of yourself again and again and again until you get good at it, right?
Yeah.
And in order to do that, I believe there has to be a healthy amount of ego.
Well, that's why I think it might actually be worse for the ego to be in a failed or an up-and-coming band than a successful band. Right. Because a successful band, you can be like, you understand it's unhealthy and you can create some artificial distance. Sure. Right? You can be like, it's not about me, you know, I don't want to take it too seriously. You can sort of self-efface. There is, to me, where the ego is required in the sort of performative, whether it's sitting down to write a book and write a song, whatever, is the part of you that goes, everyone wants to hear this.
Yes.
When no one has asked for it.
Right.
Literally no one has asked for it.
Right.
And in fact, they're actually telling you for a good chunk of the time you're doing it that they are fundamentally not interested.
Yeah.
Like you are getting rejected over and over and over again.
Sure.
And you're like, no, but this is really good and everyone needs to hear it. And that is the definition of ego, right? Like the rejection of the evidence over your belief or faith in yourself. Mm. And so I think in that way, ego can be adaptive early on. The problem is it's so fundamentally maladaptive later on. Yeah. And this is, I think, the lead singers or artists or whatever that we know about that we would say is egotistical are the ones who are fundamentally stuck at how they were.
Yes.
Whatever they had to be the up and coming lead singer of Guns N' Roses, you are still the lead singer of Guns. You know,
yeah, for sure. And we call it LSD, lead singer's disease. You know, he's got a bad case of the LSD. Yeah. I've managed to keep mine in check. The ones that I've seen where they have not changed, it's unfortunate because you see you're in this big band, but you're just miserable. You're a miserable human being. Luckily, the biggest singers I've ever met from the biggest bands have all just been so cool.
Yeah,
living legends, you know, and they are a different animal on stage. When they walk off, just the most humble people you could ever imagine, and. You know, I'm not saying I'm the most humble guy. I'm not the king of humility hill, as they say, but I try, you know, to definitely keep it in check because you turn into something no one respects eventually.
Well, the famous viral video of you where you're walking through and the security woman stops you and asks for your badge. Mm-hmm. And then someone says, do you know who this is, basically? Ugh. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, you're doing your job.
Yeah.
That can be easy to forget. That, like, not just that everyone's doing their job, but, like, that her job isn't to make your life easier. Her job is to prevent people from going in a certain area that are not meant to be there. But when your life is built around green lights, mm-hmm. you can start to assume that it's always supposed to be green lights. And I think
what is this inconvenience?
And there's something helpful about being successful, but not too successful. So where sometimes you get the green lights and sometimes you don't. Yes. You're able to go, oh, this is one of the times when I'm getting the green lights. It's nice, but absurd. Right. As opposed to you get them all the time. I think you cross over to a certain level of fame or success. And then it's just the default all the time. That's where you get the don't look them in the eyes kind of a thing. And then it becomes normal and you lose instead of like Sometimes you get an upgrade in life, sometimes you don't. If you sometimes get the upgrade, then you appreciate the upgrade because you know you were planning on sitting in coach,
Sure.
or you remember what it's like to sit in coach. But if it ceases to be the upgrade and it becomes the default,
Right.
you take it for granted.
Right.
And then there's a fragility there because when you don't have it, it feels like you're being punished instead of just not blessed.
Right. Yeah. I think that's one reason why I'm very grateful that the quote unquote success of my band has been a gradual thing.
Yeah.
We have not had this rocketing moment, you know, where we hatched out of a rock star egg or something. It's just been very much like this, slow incline. And the whole time we've been like, wow, people actually care. Like, this is amazing. And I think it's been a bit easier for us to stay grounded in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, I think when you're 21 years old and then all of a sudden you're headlining an arena.
Yeah.
I mean, I was an idiot when I was 21 years old.
No, it's bad for you.
And that kind of shit just, but,
it's disorienting.
yeah.